Howdy doodly, everybody. I know it's been a while since your boy Jonathan Hyde has been around. Look at that. Our internet took a bit of an explosive end on Tuesday there, so we didn't get to have it for about a week. But we got it today. You have no idea how excited I was to have my modem show up from FedEx. And we had a few hours to get it all set up, which admittedly took me a little bit longer than I ought to have. But you know what? That's okay. We're not all tech savvy people around here, you know? So, like, that's fine. But we are back. We are ready. And we're going to be giving a lot of good coverage tonight, because we have some great games ahead of us tonight. So, what is tonight? Well, welcome everybody back to the Zygarde League, where we do have our favorite teams of Keedic, who is currently sitting in 4th place, versus No Sweat, currently in 10th. No Sweat's going to be looking for their first set win of the Zygarde League. Meanwhile, Keedic had their 3rd place stolen out from underneath of them by Arson, and they're looking to grab some points to grab that back as quick as they can. But before we get going on here, we do have a couple of announcements that we need to make. First off, Latios is free and here to cause some mayhem. It is ready to be a nuisance for everyone in the Zygarde League, whether it's dedicated ban or desired first pick. So guys, get ready. We got Carnage, we got Chaos, but Latios will be banned in the Zygarde League until it's released for coins. So Latios, free to use. Latios, not so much. But we also have some sad news to share. Team Meow will be dropping out of the Zygarde League. We wish their players all the best, though, in their future endeavors within the community overall, and with Pokemon Unite. But that said, we do have Ashen Ones who will be taking their place coming in to the Zygarde League. They will be taking over Meow's record of 0-3. So we have a literal underdog story right now. Brand new team coming in. They're at the bottom of the bracket, and they got to fight their way to the top. And it's going to be exciting to watch them play. Their first set is going to be against the Midnight Griefers, because of how Meow dropped out. Meow dropped out right before their match with the Midnight Griefers. So, and we were able to bring in Ashen Ones. So Ashen Ones from week 4 going into the Midnight Griefers, they'll have some time to schedule that match, so we might be able to get to cover it. So we might be able to pull up Ashen One's first game coming into the Zygarde League. So we are excited to see what's going to happen with the scheduling for that. Now, because that is technically a week 4 match, so for Ashen Ones and for Midnight Griefers, Latios is banned. But for their week 5 matches, they will be free. Now, some of you might be wondering why some matches weren't covered, such as Mule World Order versus Hamsters, or EX Trainers versus Arson last week. We're endeavoring to cover all matches as best as we can, but sometimes we just don't have enough staff to cover all the matches when schedules overlap. We're looking into ways to mitigate it, but honestly, we've been able to do a really good job so far. It's just hard when one of your casters has an internet outage, but we do appreciate the patience from both players and fans alike. And finally, Zygarde League will be taking a 1-week delay. We got Worlds coming up this weekend. I know, can you believe it's already here? This freaking weekend, let's go! But we do have staff, we do have players that are going to be attending the event in person, so that we give them time to go in, like to travel to, travel from, and have a little bit of a, de-stress, decompress break as well from all the travel. Zygarde League's going to be taking a 1-week delay, so week 5 is technically going to be 2 weeks. This means that now both that for week 5 we're gonna see our matches spread out a little bit more between this week and next week, so they won't have so many condensed. So we should be able to get everybody in for on stream broadcast so everybody can see them. And week 6 will be returning on August 25th. But our teams are ready and eager to go. They want first pick. So let's see here. Yup. There we go. So we have Keedic is going to be your purple team, and we have No Sweat going to be your orange team. We are going to be looking for ready checks here in a moment. as we get on our way. And of course, we do have stats for you lined up for tonight. We got some standings to look at in between matches and stuff. And we're going to be looking at some of the matchups for upcoming in week 5. So we are going to be ready to grab that. All right, and we are doing a bit of adminning tonight. So look at that. Can you imagine what it's going to be like? We're going to ask for ready checks from that while we do our adminning stuff. So we are multitasking to the max, which we are admittedly not very good at, but we're going to do our best. So that our teams can come in, have a fun time, and we don't necessarily muck it all up. So, and again, we're just going to triple check because, again, we've done this before. So top team, purple side, which is Keedic, is going to have draft priority in first pick for game number 1. All right, we have our first ready check coming in here. I hope you guys are all excited tonight. This is going to be a good match here. Word ban, if you can do this, do not say ultimate and final attack in any way, shape, or form. Technically failed it, just reading that, but that is actually the thing there. So that's one of the things you don't want to do, but we'll get into that after. Anyways, our teams are ready to go, so we are going to go into game number 1 as we start this off and get into it. So we have now our ban phase coming in. Keedic, your purple team. No Sweat, your orange team. Coming in here, we have a number 1 ban here for the side of Keedic. They want a draft priority. First ban, first pick. Giving No Sweat a timed for the last pick. This is going to help them be able to counter any damage, figure out what they want to do to finalize their strategy. Suicune coming in as a first ban, not surprising, heavy CC. It has been a monster in the Zygarde League so far, many of the games it's come through. Snorlax, excellent ban. That is not something you want seeing on the other team. Snorlax, if you're not in the first pick position, get rid of that thing, get it gone. And we're seeing Charizard out. Zygarde League hates Charizard. Let me tell you this right now. If you're a Charizard man in the Zygarde League, you ain't getting Charizard. It is gone. The buffs are that powerful. And the Galarian Rapidash, you got to know that's targeted. No Sweat's probably been working on something and cooking something, but we're not going to see what it is if they're using Galarian Rapidash. And we do have Ho-Oh as our first pick. This is going to be great, actually, because with a defender coming in like this in the first pick, this is going to open it up. We have a Blissey Umbreon combo. Ooh, all right. One of the counters to Blissey used to be Umbreon being able to lock out all of the shields that Blissey provides with its Unite move, but that has been nerfed to half. And, I mean, why lose half if you can just grab the Umbreon with the Blissey? But Clefable Ho-Oh is going to be a deadly combo. And of course, you know Keedic is going to take that Latios. Latios coming in for its first game in the Zygarde League. Skipped the ban phase. Missed out on the ban. So the first game that it is legal for Zygarde League, Latios makes it through. What a champ. What a champ. All right, we have Talonflame Buzzwole coming in for the side of No Sweat. All right, so we have a bit of we do want some dive. We want to get onto that Latios as much as possible, whether it's Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse. That is going to be annoying for sure. And then that Buzzwole is going to be able to help that front lines with a bulky core like Umbreon Blissey. It's going to be able to get in there, mitigate, ignore any of the CC coming in with that Safeguard. Although there's not a lot of Safeguard targets on the side of a lot of Safeguard you would want to use. This might be full heals. We might see full eggs here. And we have Armarouge locked in as the final one as well. You know what? We could see eggs. Armarouge with eggs. Armarouge with which allows the Umbreon to pivot into a more offensive style. Like we're already seeing that attack weight, so we're probably going to see a foul play. Might see Snarl. That could be really fun there. But we have Zeraora Lucario. So we're already going for Burst, going in for Rip. On like Team Rip. We're going for Team Rip here from the side of Keedic. They are like full on sending this. And of course, you know your boy Lucario has the ultimate attack in its Unite move, being able to secure KOs and objectives if you're not careful. Overall, both teams' comps look very balanced. They have very early game on their defenders. They have some nice mid-game with their all-rounders, allowing They're more late game scalers to come online a little bit safer. But we will see if we're going to see any sort of invades. I would love an invade. I don't know who'd be doing the invade, but, you know, we could see an invade. Talonflame could invade, but, you know, I doubt we'd see it. It's not realistic. Not with these comps, but I'm always an invade rooter. If you want to invade and you want to use something like unconventional to do it, I'm all for it. I am all for it. All right, you know what? I think I forgot to post in Zygarde General. Oh, let's get some people there. Let them know the game is live. All right, we did. We made the post. Now, we are here to say, oh, we mucked up. Hang on. We got this. Professional streamer. That's okay. Nothing really happens too much in this early game here, but now we're ready to go. Oh, look at that. Nice camera pan. It's not going to give you headaches. Ah, that's kosher right there. That's sweetness right there. Oh, we have our first stat going in for the Umbreon. First goal of the game. Very close, though. That Buzzwole coming in with a close second for that. But we do have No Sweat putting pressure on, also getting more stacks. Yeah, they want those stacks early. They know this is going to be a long game. They know it's going to be a very difficult game to come through and win. In the long run if they don't have these early stacks, so they're definitely getting it. Keedic does not have any stacks at all. This Lucario sitting at 14 points. Not going to be able to score those very easily. We already have our jungler as well. Our center path Talonflame coming up to the top here for their first rotation to help push into these mid birds at 850. Here we go. Are we looking for KOs? No, we're going in, diving, grabbing some KOs on the birds, but no, now we're diving in. Keedic with the advantage, putting No Sweat on the back foot. That's one. That's two knockouts for the Zeraora. As Keedic now pushes this pad with only a Chansey to stop them. But Chansey is doing the work. Oh, but Keedic was like, you know what? We were going to let you stay up here. We were going to let you hang with the cool kids. But you just had to be that guy. And Chansey gets sent back, but she's back already. Look at that. We hung out too long on that, but look at that. We have 15 seconds away from these mid birds. We have Armor Rouge coming down here, taking this mid farm here from the side of Keedic, going and getting a nice quick escape here. They're looking like they're returning, but these the Altarias and Swablu stood no chance. Keedic was there. They were gone, eaten up, devoured. Buzzwole trying to get these stacks in really hard. We're at 64 to 22. Keedic may not have got a lot of stacks, but they have taken the lead with this score and with levels. No Sweat not looking at any level 7, but Lucario level 7. Zeraora level 8. Clefable already with its second move. Chansey still dreaming of becoming a Blissey. Absolutely one tick away. One or two farm, that'll probably get it with that Buzzwole here. I don't think it'll be a Blissey. Do we see it? No, it does evolve. Good on that experience. We are 13 seconds away from our first objectives here. We have Regieleki in the top side. Oh, we have a huge push, though, from Keedic. Keedic coming in. Lucario grabs the Buzzwole, taking down Zeraora, diving deep onto this Blissey with spark moves no one's ever seen before. Clefable coming in, being the bravery on the Clefable, with how deep it is, getting nice positioning for Zeraora to be able to dive in with Spark, Discharge, trying to grab any sort of damage KOs. Nice Unite move coming out for a nice double, teaming up with that Clefable. Huge experience coming back to the side of Keedic. They're keeping an oppressive presence in this top side lane against No Sweat. Bottom lane, we do have Registeel. Umbreon is looking for a little bit, but not really doing it. They're like, hey, it's taking too long. Let's get in there. Maybe we can do something. Does he get it? Oh, it was 1 HP in a dream. Umbreon could have took it, but he didn't. But Keedic is pushing this Regieleki in. Zeraora is saying, hell no, backing right off. But Clefable, Lucario following shortly behind. Regieleki was converted to the way of Keedic, but Keedic was very quick to abandon it. Maybe they'll be able to convert on the second one and be able to crash it in. Huge 40 points coming in this bot side path there for Keedic. We are only 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this match here. We're not even halfway through, and Keedic has taken a commanding lead of 207 to 44. No Sweat has to step it up. They need to get their Unites online. We need Buzzwole online. We have Blissey. We have Umbreon. The next engage that they take, they're going to burn their Unites, and they're going to be able to grab some huge KOs. So they got to focus this. They got to get the Lucario. They got to get the Zeraora. These are the high priority targets in the upcoming fight. They're level 11. They're 2 levels above your main monsters. And there's the Zeraora. We miss the superpower, and he goes down. Armarouge with the armor cannon coming out, trying to out-secure, get some damage and a KO there, but not enough. Armarouge trying to defend. Huge Unite move coming out, but it's alone. No Sweat is scattered. Buzzwole coming in now with jump pads. Maybe they'll be able to pick a KO up here now. Talonflame desperately going for that Zeraora, but not able to grab it. Oh, huge fly coming in. Keedic on one. There's the Zeraora getting bait on the caster here, as we thought he went down, but really it was this Talonflame. Zeraora does go down though, so does Buzzwole. Keedic taking very fine control of this fight and this top path, while Ho-Oh is just hanging out bottom. Regieleki is up. Naldi is looking to convert it, but he's all alone, not able to do anything. As Keedic collapses, zones and out, is now like, hey guys, have you heard the way of Keedic? As they convert Regieleki to their cause. Meanwhile, on the bot side here, while Keedic pushes top, we have a Regirock with a quick rip coming through. But Keedic isn't even interested in pushing Reggie. We have dots up on the field, and this is a huge play here as well. We have Keedic zoning out, grabbing as much farm as they can to deny any of these, any more experience going to the side of No Sweat. And it's working. No Sweat's biggest level is the Talonflame at 11. They are starved for experience. And look how spread out they are. Like, look how spread out Keedic is. Look how they're able to zone. Zeraora's in trouble. Goes down. Ho-Oh not able to save him. We did overextend a little bit, so that's huge experience going to the side of No Sweat down in that bottom side. We do have Talonflame, and we do have Armarouge. Armarouge Unite coming out. They're trying desperately to get the KO on this Ho-Oh, but he's just so bulky. That bird is just a reviving menace. Being able to have like a leftovers passive just built into your ability, that is just hard to deal with. We are now in the final 60 seconds up to the Rayquaza fight. Huge, oh, we have a Unite. That's a late Unite move, trying to grab a KO onto that Latios for 3 points. So they burned a resource, they weren't able to collapse on it, and they do get taken down, giving more KO, more experience, more KOs to the side of that Zeraora. Zeraora's a menace this match so far. And level 13 Lucario, level 13 Zeraora. Talonflame trying to keep pace, level 12. But Buzzwole needs 13, desperate, not even close. Pardon me there. And Armarouge also needs its 13, not even close. We are sitting at two level 12s and a level 11. 10 seconds out of this Ray fight, Keedic doing an incredible job being able to zone out No Sweat here. But we do have a bit of an engage. Clefable and Ho-Oh doing a great job getting vision for Keedic, waiting for that Zeraora to find an opportunity to dive in. There's not a lot that they can dive onto, so they're looking for a nice grouping. Blissey Unite comes out, saves somebody, but Clefable takes out the Umbreon. Buzzwole, Umbreon down 3 down for the side of No Sweat. Blissey trying to get away with 28 points, 1 HP in a dream with some shields coming through. As Keedic now turns the flip on the Great Green Dragon, Armarouge is sitting in a bush. It does have that armor cannon. If Keedic recklessly... Oh, there it is. Oh, but no, the Armarouge not able to get in there in time. They're like, all right, you're trying to pace it, you're trying to time it. Trying to get in there with that armor cannon, but you just didn't have vision. Nice counter scores for the side of No Sweat, though, trying to dive these in. We do have 2 shields with points right now, both Clefable and Latios. 2 very easy Pokemon to rip shields on. Latios going in. going to get his full 50 in Clefable, not 535 to 238. No Sweat is still in this. They are able to pick up 2 KOs. That's a 30-second cooldown on the respawn on it. Keedic No Sweat needs to get the points. They need to push these pads. 3 scores, 30 seconds. They're back in this with 3 members down. What are they going to do? No Sweat. Keedic is nowhere near their pads. No Sweat is pushing hard. 593 to 334. 45 points coming in. 27 points coming in. Here it is, 478. It's not enough. They need another Hundo Burger and then some. Lucario going right to the pad. Keedic is fully up. Can No Sweat get this in and make a huge turnaround? No, they are not. First game number 1 is going to go to the side of Keedic. Wow, what a game, guys. What a game, what a game, what a game. Keedic had control of that map all game long. All match. Full control of the map, put No Sweat on the block. But even though they took the Rayquaza, even though they failed to get that, they're able to rip the shields that they were No Sweat was able to rip the shields they needed to. Be able to put the pressure on them and almost made the return flip. They just needed more points. Time was on their side. The KOs were on their side. They just needed more points. Oh my gosh, that was so close. So close. But they're not out yet. This is a best of 5 set, which means there's at least 2 more games to go. And No Sweat is still very much alive in this set. But we look at these damage numbers. Latios dealing 70k damage. This is why this Pokemon needs to be banned or picked or somehow dealt with. But even though it was doing a lot of damage, it didn't feel oppressive enough. What really felt oppressive was the dive, the expertise on this Zeraora, and the collaborations with this Lucario. They were absolute monsters coming into this match, being able to get in, dive, and get out, allowing Latios to just give supporting fire. But you can't discount No Sweat. Talonflame coming in with a respectable 52k damage. Armarouge coming in with 53k damage. Absolute monsters here on their own. Talonflame being able to secure nice KOs, being able to turn fights around. It almost got a few crucial KOs as well. Meanwhile, Armarouge with that armor cannon did threaten the secure on Ray, and they were in a position to do so. When you just got to time you got to time that right. It's hard when you don't have vision. It's hard to get in there to time that right. Armor cannon was devastating, although I do wonder if Fire Spin might have been a better play to go. But oh my gosh, they did so well. And we look at our healers, our unsung heroes. 75k on the Clefable. Clefable putting in the work. 49k on the Umbreon, so Umbreon not slacking at all with the Foul Play Wish combo. Blissey looking like she just took a bunch of damage, did nothing, but you have no idea how crucial some of those safeguards were with that Helping Hand. Helping Hand gives a nice basic attack boost as well as movement speed, which can be crucial. But I also do think, unless your goal is to help the Buzzwole engage under the gravity, you got to ask yourself, what is the purpose of Safeguard in this? And could we have done heals instead? So that is something that we need to be looking at when we look at some of these things. So we do have our players are ready to go. We did overanalyze a little bit, but my gosh, guys, they played a great set. So let's get back into our just chatting screen so we don't. All right, let's take a look here. No Sweat will be coming into game number 2 with draft priority. All right, we have a ready. We have 2 readies. They are ready to go. They are ready to fight. They're ready to duke it out. So let's get this going. No Sweat coming in with draft priority with their first ban and taking first pick of this set. Suicune. Okay, that's 2 teams taking first ban on Suicune in a first pick position. There's got to be a reason to this too. Maybe it's just because you don't know what else to pick out. Maybe you want them to ban something else instead. Ho-Oh is definitely going to be banned out. When you're in first pick position, you do not leave that up unless you want to take it. Charizard, Suicune out. No Sweat is happy to say, get those out of here. They are gone. We do not want them here. But the final, we are hovering that Rapidash. Is there something about Rapidash that we don't know about? Oh, there we go. We do have that Galarian Rapidash coming in. And it is a first pick on the Latios. Again, Latios dodges the ban, gets into the draft, and boom! Comes in with a first pick for the side of No Sweat. They're like, that Latios, we want it now. Keedic now deciding what do they want to do. They're hovering over 2 power picks right now that were on the side of No Sweat. And they're completely flipping the boat. We have Goodra Clefable. Ooh. Goodra is not a Pokemon we see a lot here in the Zygarde League. Clefable having its win rate turned around. Used to be a 0, is now becoming a hero. Coming through. This is going to be a hard combo to take out. We do have Blissey Snorlax coming in. When you give up that Snorlax ban to make sure you take out the Ho-Oh, you are going to get it. But we do have Buzzwole Glaceon. Ooh, nice brawly team fight comp right here being started for the side of Keedic there. Buzzwole being able to get in, be able to flail the enemy around with superpower or lock him down with Leech Life. We have Glaceon able to just shred teams into nothing, especially when you lock onto targets like Zoroark or Dodrio or even Cinderaces in this case. But we have Cinderace Metagross being locked in for the side of No Sweat. And of course, Zeraora. Who else but Zeraora for Keedic right now? What a set this is going to be. We do have some nice early game coming in for the side of Keedic there. Keedic actually looking really, really good. Coming online very early. Their mid game is going to be hard indeed. Meanwhile, the side of No Sweat here is going to be locking in a little bit later in the game with the Cinderace Metagross combo. Cinderace coming online at 7, doesn't get Unite till 9. Probably the Pokemon we will see going into that center path, going in for the first gank here. We'll see probably see Metagross Blissey going in the top side. Supports with all-arounders do typically go up there, but that Metagross is going to have a hard time coming in. When you don't have good, we don't have a good early game, your Metagross gets put behind really, really easy. It is so hard, so hard. But that all said and done, this is looking to be a really balanced match between both teams. We are excited to see what both teams are able to pull out. We got X speeds and eject buttons. We don't talk about these items enough, actually. And we have a potion on the Goodra. The Gudra's going full defense mode. He's like, bro, I'm a tank. I'm a bee on your face. Would not be surprised if we saw Goodra in the face of that Latios for every engagement. If you're trying to engage that Goodra, you just lock it down and say no and shut it out. And that's what Goodra is absolutely good at doing. He is a monster at doing that. But here we go. Game number 2. Keedic, your purple team. And No Sweat, your orange team. Coming in for Zygarde League Week 5. We already are off to a great start here for both teams. We are able to lock in that first farm, capturing that first Indeedee for the Latios. And we do have scores coming in up top side. We have our first stack for the Metagross here. That's going to be huge. They're not taking too much damage, so that's always good. But we do have that Buzzwole being able to zone and keep enough pressure on us to capture those wild Pokemon. Being able to get those levels. Latios looking for its 5 as soon as possible. Once it's level 5, it is going to start building up stacks. When it has it gains 1 additional perk per stack, or per 25 stacks, depending on the move you grab. we will most likely see Dragon Pulse. But here, huge engage on that Zero Aura. Zero Aura just blindly running into that bush and almost getting got. It is going to waste a lot of time for Keedic, but they get most of those birds despite that. Buzzwole, huge, coming in with a Clefable. Hard combo to take down, but the Zero Aura is the first victim, followed by the Beldum. Each side taking a KO, taking a loss, and they're going to pull back and regroup. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane here, we do have some huge damage here on this Latios. Goodra and Glaceon being able to hold the line. No scores scored on either side, but that Glaceon is almost level 6. That is going to be rough for the side of No Sweat if it comes online. We're 5 seconds out here from these mid-birds. We do not have anybody coming in for them except for the side of Keedic. This is now twice where No Sweat has opted to say, no, we're not going for these birds. Now, whether this is a decision or they just didn't realize it, we don't know. But it's probably a decision because now we have 3 in the bot lane with 1 Glaceon. They have the opportunity to collapse, and it looks like they want to. There's this, the engage by the Snorlax, breaking the Glaceon pass, a Blaze Kick coming out, grabbing that Glaceon, knocking it back, but not enough to stop it from entering the Flux Zone. Goodra comes down, nice defense to help Glaceon stay alive and zone out. Zero Aura joining its duo with Clefable. All of a sudden, a huge shift of 4 Keedics coming from the top side to the bot side, as Glaceon now lays down a barrage of Icicle Spears. Still only 3 members of No Sweat down here in this bot side, as 2 are trying to take down this Buzzwole in the top, level 8 massive Buzzwole. You're not going to do much to him, I'm afraid. Superpower is going to catch somebody out, and it is going to do big things. But huge Egg Bomb steal. Oh, we have a collapse up here already. Buzzwole going down with the help of Cinderace. Massive score coming in for the side of No Sweat now, as Keedic locks in the Reg Ice. We're No Sweat taking a massive lead of 130 to 47 as they now collapse on this top Regieleki. Meanwhile, Keedic is pushing this bottom lane hard, trying to grab points and evening out the score. 115 to 140, but they're not done yet. They're still crashing the pad. They're still putting damage down. Glaceon is massive into this fight right now. Huge, 23 points over, taking the lead of 150 to 140. Metagross now on Metagross. He's online. 2 level 9s for the side of No Sweat. 2 level 9s for the side of Keedic. Levels are evening out. No Sweat slightly behind, but the first level 10 of the game. Cinderace is farming. He knows his ABCs. Always be clearing. And he's taking full advantage of that. Huge passive break on the Glaceon, now susceptible to any sort of CC or engage by that Snorlax, which No Sweat is looking to do. There it is, the engage by the Snorlax. Nice block. Temporary kidnap on the Goodra, not able to grab it as the Zero Aura wild charges on top of it. And there it is, Zero Aura with a nice wild charge here. Goodra coming in, 1v1ing that Latios, exactly what we thought it'd do. While the Keedic 3v1s the Metagross. Snorlax coming in with nice blocks, trying to buy as much time as possible. Blissey coming up the pad. They do not have jump pads yet. Keedic is pushing hard. They can grab any sort of KOs. They can still retreat. Snorlax trying to kidnap Glaceon. Glaceon getting out, but not enough. Metagross ejects into that, grabbing the knockout on the Glaceon. No Sweat is now reverse pushing this bottom pad as we have Regirock spawn in. Cinderace now hitting it. Well, No Sweat now is kidnapping the Clefable, trying to take it out. Grabs the knockout as they now turn on the rest of Keedic to zone out to grab the Regirock. They want this experience, but Regirock is late coming back, but not enough. The HP gained from it was not enough to allow Keedic into a better position. Goodra taking massive damage, coming in and out, having to kite to keep its HP alive. Buzzwole diving in, but goes down. Zero Aura was not wild charge. We're just that bad. That is a discharging with Zero Aura, but it also goes down. Cinderace looking like the key pick for the side of No Sweat as they take 1 and 2 knockouts there, but no. Metagross, Cinderace go down. Keedic reverse sweeping this. Coming in for huge birds. huge zoning on these birds. They're jumping on my words here. What a guy. Imagine jumping over as Goodra gets kidnapped. Will No Sweat be able to collapse on this and grab it? I mean, this Goodra is doing really good work. Being able to zone out, being able to beat up in people's faces, and overall being a nuisance. Like, it goes down here, but how long? Look how long it took for Keedic to take, or for No Sweat to take down that Goodra. How many members it took to do that? Like, sure, they're going to get into this bot side. They're going to start scoring. They're in a huge position for a huge 31 over, but they give up the top objective. 212 to 201. Boswell Zeraora sitting in here. This is almost going to be 55 points if this Regieleki crashes. Oh, huge Unite move coming out for the Latios. But is it going to be enough? No, they don't get the knockout, but it's a late Unite. Metagross getting pounded by that Buzzwole. Buzzwole being like, you know what? I'm going to throw down fists and I can go toe-to-toe. Cinderace being like, hey, bro, that's mine, Metagross, not yours. Get your hands off of him. With a nice save from Naldi coming in on that Metagross. We are 40 seconds away from Rayquaza. This has been a brawly team, a brawly fighting match so far, which is exactly what we thought teams were going to do. We do have another objective on the Regice. It's just going to be, Keedic doesn't need it, but they sure as heck want it. They're like, listen, this is our Regice. You want to take it, you're going to have to fight us for it. But Keedic, No Sweat is like, nah. Opting for positioning at Ray. We're 15 seconds out. We have huge levels. It's minor level difference, actually, between Keedic and No Sweat. This is huge. Oh, nice collapse on the Clefable, getting nice damage off. Already burning that Moonlight. Not going to have it for this first engage. Snorlax coming in, but having to Unite already in the middle of the Keedic pack. Metagross coming in. Huge Unite move coming in. Cinderace coming down, but no, the Metagross gets canceled. Taken down by the Buzzwole. Keedic is now reverse flipping this fight. Being able to come through, reverse, you're grabbing a knockout on both Blissey and Metagross. Snorlax doing what it can to buy time. It's 212 to 201. Both teams do not know what the other needs. Goodra takes out the Latios again, doing its job, being like, listen, we know you want Latios. We're going to take Goodra and we're going to stick them on you. We're going to sick Goodra on you. Some people sick dogs. Some people sick their boyfriends. Other people, Keedic, they sick a Goodra on you, and you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. But our teams are now looking 1 minute away. Any score could really allow No Sweat back into this. Again, they're collapsing on this Goodra. Clefable Goodra combo, very tough to come through, even with the Cinderace. Snorlax going in, trying to grab a nice kidnap on the Goodra here, but Goodra just has so much sustain. Huge fight coming in. Buzzwole, Super Swole Slam coming through, picking up a knockout with the Glaceon on the Metagross. Metagross now down. Goodra follows, though, finally down with the main tank gone. Latios is free to deal huge damage as it takes a double knockout, getting the Buzzwole and the Goodra. Keedic is now on the back foot. Again, we're at 312 to 201. Keedic took a score. They're back in this. They're ahead. They don't need Rayquaza, and they know it. No Sweat pushing everything they can. Snorlax trying to get through, but no. Huge 50 points from the Blissey. Will it be enough? They might need more scores. They might need more points. They have too much in the pocket. And I believe Keedic will take game number 2, but let's see what the score is going to be. Oh, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Final score, let's go. What do we see? What do we do? What do we got? Keedic will take game number 2 at 312 to 251 on No Sweat. Wow. What a fight. Keedic recognized their strengths, their weaknesses, and where they needed to go. They took advantage of the fact that there's a huge team fight going on. Like, let's just score. And they went for the score, and they got it. And if No Sweat done that sooner, they would have found themselves in a more comfortable position being able to do that. So, wow. Holy heck. All right, huge down. Look at that Glaceon. Look at that Glaceon. 91k damage. Woo! With a nice, respectable 54 on the Zeraora and 47 on the Buzzwole. Goodra coming in with a huge tanking 75. Clefable etching out, doing slightly better heals this game compared to last with 76k. But we have that Latios Markiel coming in being like, listen, you may have gotten 70k with the Latios, but I got 101 despite the Gudra. Despite the Gudra. Oh my gosh. Respectable 63 and 60k on the Metagross and Cinderace respectively. Wow, we can't talk. I mean, that's all we've been doing this whole set so far is talking, but Blissey coming in with a powerful 61k on those heals. Again, it was nice to see the pivot away from the heals, away from the Safeguard into this. But I mean, when you have a Buzzwole, Safeguard might have been the way to go. But I mean, when you got Glaceon, Zeraora, they're shredding you. I think it was a good job on the heals. Oh my gosh, and they put the work in. Metagross got kidnapped a few times, but my gosh, 61k heals is nothing to laugh at. Now look at these scores. Keedic might have been ahead for like a little bit for a couple of minutes there, but like most of the game neck and neck. Most of the game neck and neck. Very, very tight game. Very, very close game here. Ooh, oh boy, can you imagine that? Can you believe that? What a set so far. So we are going to go into game number 3. Keedic is going to take point lead, putting themselves into a match point position. This is now a best of 5 set. Our teams are ready to. We'll get ready checks from our teams to go, as No Sweat decides to keep first pick. All right. Our teams are discussing their strategies coming in, and it's going to be interesting to see because Keedic has opted to use 2 different kinds of strategies. First off, both of them revolved around the Zeraora. You got to do something about Zeraora because Zeraora was an oppressive force with the Wild Charge Spark combo. Spark was so good that I thought it was Wild Charge. Somehow, I thought they got both. But No Sweat's got to do something about that Zeraora because right now it is oppressive. But our teams are ready to go, so let's get it gone. Going into game number 3. Keedic will be on the left side here. No Sweat on your right side. No Sweat keeping draft priority. Coming into game number 3, which again, match point position for the side of Keedic. No Sweat still looking for their first set win of the Zygarde League. They've won games in the past, but they need to take the full 3 games. They have yet to take the full 3 games. Suicune Ho-Oh this time. They're leaving the Charizard up. They're in a first pick position, which means if the Charizard ban doesn't come through on the side of Keedic, they could take it. Latios getting banned. The first ban, each team gets to use Latios once, and then the ban comes in. Both teams realizing just how much work Latios is putting in. They're like, listen, I get to use it. You know what? You get to use it. And then they're like, okay, now nobody gets to use the rest of the set. No one gets to use it. Get that guy gone. The heck with him. But Snorlax coming in as a first pick. This is going to leave. Ooh, we have Blissey locked in. Keedic now taking Blissey away from No Sweat. And we are having Umbreon locked in. We did see this duo in game number 1 from the side of No Sweat. So what is going to be for the side of No Sweat now? They could take the Clefable. They go tit for tat. They could be like, you know what? You take our 2, we'll take your 2. And that is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to lock in this Clefable. Clefable Snorlax coming in for a nice, strong core. Now, how do you build around this Clefable? Mimikyu, very, very good Pokemon to come in here with that. Being able to make excellent use of the Clefable healing. Armor Rouge could be an option. It's a nice, bulky Pokemon as well. You could look for something more speedstery, more divey. We are seeing Venusaur locked in with 2 picks to go still. Oh, maybe they're trying to bait in Blaziken. Whoa, Blaziken coming in for a 4th pick for the side of Keedic. We've not seen Blaziken this set yet, but we do know Blaziken is a very powerful Pokemon in the right hands. In the right hands, it is a devastating beast. We're going to have a Leafeon locked in from the side of Naldi. Ooh, Naldi on Leafeon and Markiel coming in for the Gardevoir. What? So we have range. We go tit for tat. We have Leafeon coming in, trying to get on that Venusaur as well. Lock down that Blaziken. But, guys, once again, who's saved me on? They are on that Zeraora. Very oppressive in the hands of Keedic this set so far. No Sweat has not been able to figure out a way to deal with it. They get some KOs, sure, but they all match. They're getting bombarded with it. They found a way to deal with it during the Ray fight of game number 2. So hopefully they'll be able to swing that magic using a completely different comp. Although Snorlax was a key figure in that. So when they have the Snorlax, maybe they're not as scared of the Zeraora with that block being able to lock him out. But we are now game number 3. Match point for the side of Keedic. No Sweat looking for their first win this set and their first set win of the Zygarde League. We will have Keedic on your purple team, and we will have No Sweat on your orange team. As game number 3 kicks off momentarily. Okay, I was really hoping that this load screen would be done. Like, I was like trying to pan it out. But you know what? Fine, game, fine. Be that way. Be that way. Load screens galore. There we go. Now we're in. Now we are in. All right, and we have camera control. Woo, look at that. Headaches for everybody. All right, let's go to the top side. We've been bot side both games so far. Let's see what's going on the top side this early on. We do have that Leafeon and the Zeraora taking first rotation into the center path here. That is what we expected. You want to get your level 5s as soon as possible, but Leafeon is in a very unique position and being able to get level 4 and come through. Huge captures from the side of Keedic here though, denying the wild Pokemon to the side of No Sweat, as they now opt to start taking their safe side farm. Mimikyu coming in here. We do have our first early gank coming in. Leafeon coming in at level 4, looking to take a huge... Oh, they're collapsing on the Torchic, and they grab it. I forgot its name for a moment. They collapse on the Torchic as they now collapse on the pad. Zeraora is now up top. All scores going in. 29-0 now, but as Zeraora dives in, almost picking up the Mimikyu. Clefable with a nice save on the Moonlight, being able to be like, listen, buddy, you can grab this KO, but you're going to be overextended. We got a Leafeon. As we have huge evolutions onto that Combuskin now, with a nice Blaze Kick to pull the No Sweat to Keedic. Keedic not able to collapse on it as Combuskin goes down. But Naldi now in a position to be able to start pressuring and threatening Keedic's jungle. 25 seconds until mid-birds. Naldi now taking a late approach into their own jungle to clear that farm. Umbreon coming in, loses its passive with 15 seconds to go until I was going to say Rayquaza fight. Guys, Rayquaza's not at 8 minutes, it's at 2 minutes. We have Alterias and Swablu's at 8 minutes. This is No Sweat's first full rotation where they are on time for these birds. They are here, they're ready to fight, they're ready to go. Nice collapse on the Snorlax onto that. Grabbing that Clefable, though, goes to the side of Keedic as they take out the Clefable Mimikyu. Complete reversal of where they want to go. Bot path broken here. Oh my gosh, we need water, guys. All right, we got some water splashing on. All right, here we go. But No Sweat decides to take this bottom path and break it, putting them into a 110 point to 66. And Keedic just let them have it. They're like, bro, you can find, that's fine. We'll go take your top. They didn't break the top, so that's actually good because it doesn't mean, that means they don't get the 3 NDDs that come in. Blaziken trying to do whatever it can to take down 1, 2 people, 3 coming down. No Sweat not able to keep up with this Blaziken in the slightest. Blaziken now able to freely stack it up. Get those points in with a nice 23 over. Keedic not in the lead, but 103 to 112 might as well be close enough. Huge Venusaur Solar Beam steal. No Sweat collapsing on the bottom Reggie Rock, but let me tell you, that Venusaur, he may have went down, but he's like, bro, you're not getting him. That is mine. Allowing Keedic to get both objectives. And even though Venusaur lost the buff from the Reggie Rock, that defense, special defense buff, the side of Keedic up here, that's Blissey, this Umbreon, this Blaziken will have it as they now collapse and engage on this tier 2 pad. They're looking to break it as quickly as they can. This is a win condition through Regieleki. You break this tier 2 pad, and then you got a straight shot to the home pad. Straight shot. But they're not going to be able to. They get it down to 28 points, taking the lead of 194 to 112. No Sweat on the back foot, but huge KO on that Blaziken. A level 10 Blaziken going down here is huge for No Sweat. One of the highest level Pokemon on the team. Huge knockouts coming back for huge, not knockouts, experience, XP coming back to the side of No Sweat. Leafeon level 10 taking all that farm, but Mimikyu is getting starved out, trying to get its Unite move. We're at 5 minutes 30 seconds. 1 level 10, 2 level 11s for the side of Keedic. But when we have a carry struggling to get their Unite move, you gotta coordinate that experience. Otherwise Mimikyu is going to be suffering and be kind of hard to get into these matches. But we have 252 to 112. Keedic has been busy. They've been scoring. They've been securing. They've been pressuring. This, Leafeon goes down. This pad is open. They don't have jump pads. They can't stop it. One score. Can we get another one? Any score coming in. Oh, jump pads are up. They're not able to get those final 12 points in yet. Huge Blissey Unite coming in. Zeraora Unite coming out. As they now, huge experience swinging back for the sway of No Sweat. Keedic got greedy and Keedic got. As No Sweat takes the KOs, reverse sweeps them on their pad, and is now pressuring top side. But we're at 313 to 112. Keedic still in a massive lead right now. Venusaur going to take this bottom objective solo for the side of Keedic. When everybody is back up, being able to give them the buff. Regieleki has been converted to this way of No Sweat. Been abandoned too many times by the side of Keedic. They're like, hey, you know what? Come play for us. You know, I mean, we wouldn't abandon you. And maybe those hopes, maybe those promises. Regieleki is going to go crash in, but No Sweat does abandon poor Regieleki. Poor Regieleki can't find a good team to play with. They just keep abandoning him. They're like, listen, guys, you're going to push this, and we're going to go do this other stuff. And Regieleki's like, I would like some friends. But no, we have 5 friends on each team coming in. Snorlax coming in for a nice engage here, but misses everything. Mimikyu also whiffs the Shadow Sneak. But that's okay. When you're Shadow Sneaking like that, you're not exactly expecting to hit anything. You're just kind of scouting who's in this bush, who's in that bush, who's actually just out of vision range. Oh, that's huge. Oh, there's the engage. The Mimikyu could come in. No, I think their Shadow Sneak wore off. Oh, no. Shadow Sneak onto the Blissey here. Not going to be enough as huge beams come out. Not able to grab any of the KOs here. Unite moves were thrown. And Keedic is able to get out unscathed. Final minute of the match. That top pad was broke, folks. It is broken. If we get another Regieleki in the next, I'd say probably 40 seconds or so. 40 seconds, yeah, 23 seconds there. This is exactly what Keedic's win con. This is not a position you want to be in. So No Sweat has to decide, what do we want? How are we going to do this? Because this is going to be a Regieleki going into their home pad, going towards their home pad in about 15 seconds here. Because it's not going to take, it's going to be about 10 seconds for the rip. Gardevoir is looking for the steal, but they're most likely just going to get KO'd if they go for it. Leafeon's trying to get some score in, not going to be enough. They get the bottom objective, but there it is. 10 seconds was enough as they rip it, secure it, and send it. Regieleki going towards No Sweat, eager to get revenge for being abandoned sooner. Keedic is now looking to take position within the Ray Pit. But we do have a small engage on this Venusaur. Oh, this could be huge for the side of No Sweat there. Bliss Unite on the Venusaur, but grabs it with the play with me. Gardevoir Unite coming out. 1, 2. As Keedic collapses on the Regieleki that hit the home pad. But this might not matter. They could turn around. They could rip the Rayquaza. They are indeed ripping the Rayquaza. Regieleki goes into 489 to 196. This is not the lead you want to have after Reggie goes in with 5 men up, 3 men down. A Blaziken ready and able to go get it. Snorlax block coming out. It's No Sweat grabs the Rayquaza. 489 to 169. 321 points separate them from losing and winning. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. They're getting it. 269 going in. 369 going in. 469 going in. They're 20 points away. Can they get it? 90 points from the Snorlax. 559 to 489. Now they got to survive. They got to defend. They got to ignore this. They're not ignore it. They got to defend against this push. Keedic is roughing it in. They're coming through. They got 2 Unite moves. Huge. 1 on the Blissey, and of course Blaziken's going to always have his Unite move every 5 seconds. My huge KO on that Mimikyu. 14 seconds going to feel like an eternity. And the Clefable going for the score instead of being with the team. You do not have. Oh, there it is. 527 to 627. And oh, this could be it. This could be it. If Keedic wins this team fight, that's it. It's gone. It's over. Leafeon is not going to have it, though. They're scoring points. 567 to 627. Here it is. The Leafeon coming in. 719 to 567. No Sweat going to be taking your game number 3 for the first point of the set, denying the match point to Keedic. What an exciting set, guys. Oh my gosh. No Sweat. When you thought they were down, when you thought they were out, they reverse it, they turn it around, they reverse, and they come back swinging for a huge, huge turnaround. This is exactly what they needed. This is exactly what they've been planning, preparing for. They're like, guys, we did it. Now let's go for 2 more straight wins in a row. Wow. Oh my gosh. What a set, what a game. Right down to the wire, too. Oh my gosh. And the damage does not disappoint. 103k on that Blaziken. 84 on that Leafeon. They were putting in the work this game, guys. Blaziken was the damage dealer. Leafeon was the damage dealer. Everybody else was just the support to try to bring it all together and online. Oh my goodness. What a set indeed. All right, Keedic is now, for the first time this set, they have now been in a position where they have to take game number the first time this set where they've had the option to take first or second pick without being the higher seed. So they are going to be excited. So we're going to run a quick 1-minute ad during this time because we're about to kick the pre-rolls in. But oh my gosh, what a game indeed. And turn to the lobby. Keedic is going to take draft priority as we come through here. But guys, what a game. Look at what No Sweat was able to do. Like, again, everybody thought they were out. Everybody thought that, hey, something might not work here. Keedic might take it. But you know what? Keedic came through and was just able to, or Keedic was running through. They're like, listen, Regieleki hit. We go score. But they got separated. They got separated. And oh my gosh. When they got separated, when they got scattered like that, that was where No Sweat took a... No Sweat was like, no problem. All right. We are now going back in for ready checks from our teams here. We're going to ask for them. We had 1 game reset. So we're getting ready checks here. We have 1 game reset coming in from the side of No Sweat. So we're making sure that's all taken care of and that's all done and hunky-dory and good. As we now wait for ready checks. I know I said we had some stats for you this game, for this set and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's Whew, you know what? We might actually be able to go into some stats here. As we're waiting, let's get some stats. As our teams go in, they start thinking and they start talking. Again, this is huge. No Sweat's back in this. And then Keedic. Keedic is now huge here. But let's see. Oh, no, never mind. We're about to get into some into some stats here. But both teams have said they're ready to go. So let's get into this. Let's get it started. And let's get game number 4 going and gone. Keedic is now taking first pick in the draft for this game. Keedic is now your purple team. Well, still your purple team, but they are your purple team for this game. They're banning out the Suicune. Suicune first ban every time. There's got to be something. I haven't played comp in a while, so I'm missing something on this first ban Suicune. So Hyde is going to investigate in the coming weeks to figure out what is going on with this. We do have Charizard coming in for a first ban for the side of No Sweat. Ooh, that's actually really nice. That's really cool. So Charizard, we're not leaving it for a second ban. We're just getting rid of that thing. Keedic has decided Snorlax needs to go. Snorlax just has got to go. He's too much of a problem. Get him out of here. Get him gone. And No Sweat taking up the philosophy of Keedic, being like, Latios, get him out of here. We had one game, they had one game. No one gets to play him anymore. Ho-Oh is coming back for the revenge match, though. Keedic opting not to ban the Ho-Oh, bringing it back. It played an incredibly valuable role in their team in game number 1, which allowed them to secure the win. The passive allowing it to get vision. The Unite move they didn't need to rely on, but it was there. And it's a threat, and it's terrifying for any team to go into. If you know there's a team that you're having a hard time taking out, and they just come back from the land of the dead, man, that's terrifying. But we have Alcremie being locked in for the side of Keedic as well. And a Garchomp. Oh, they are going full into this. Alcremie, Garchomp. This is going to be a nasty, nasty combo here from the side of Keedic here. No Sweat's going to have to really think about what it is they're going to be able to try to do against Garchomp. They have Clefable, and they have Mamoswine. That's a really bulk core already. Being able to lock down Dragon combo with Gravity, being able to throw in some threats with the Freezing from the Ice Fang or the Icicle Crash. But they're going full Ice Lane with the Alolan Ninetales and Buzzwole. They're full CC. But here's the problem with full CC. Blissy's still up, but here's another problem. Double supporter? No. Not happening. They're taking the Glaceon. They're taking the Zeraora. Zeraora has been a key pick for the side of Keedic this whole time. And you want to know what? No Sweat struggled game number 1. And they struggled game number 2 against the Zeraora. But they found their tempo with it. So game number 2, it wasn't as oppressive. Game number 3? Zeraora, no sweat, no problem is what they said. And now we have the Talonflame coming back in on Naldi for the side of No Sweat. Coming in here, that Talonflame, we saw it in game number 1. It was a threat. It just barely missed securing KOs by a margin. The spark on that Zeraora being able to help get away during those times, and Lucario at the time being able to deal huge damage. Also a bit of an issue. But in this game, no Lucario, which means Zeraora has, or the Talonflame has, but one target, Zeraora. And when you see him low HP like that, he's gone. But I mean, that Glaceon's also sitting pretty. Look at that Glaceon. If you get that Talonflame on that Glaceon, Glaceon gone. But if you get locked on by Glaceon before you get in there, whoo, or you're on cooldown with your fly, oh, Talonflame's in for a rough time. It's going to be about who's able to strike first and do it more effectively. So, but when we look at both teams, I'd have to say, in terms of early game, No Sweat's got it, hands down. If they're able to press their advantage and utilize the CC and the healing that their team is able to maximize, to utilize, then they're going to be sitting really pretty, being able to put the Garchomp behind, being able to put the Glaceon behind, put the Zeraora behind. Glaceon could be. I think Glaceon's going to hit 12 regardless of how bad you put it behind, but yeah, the Zeraora could be impacted hard. Ice Lane indeed. We had the Clefable Buzzwole combo putting huge pressure on this Gible, but Gible is getting its HP back. Meanwhile, Buzzwole is not able to sustain. Milcrease coming through, being like, listen, I may be Milcrease, but I got autos, and autos hurt. Ice Lane's already putting in the work. Huge captures here for the side of No Sweat coming in. Another nice capture for the side of No Sweat as they secure the Wild Bunnelby there. Pulling it to their side, allowing them to get Ninetales. We do have Glaceon here and Ho-Oh, but Ho-Oh's only level 3. Still dreaming of level 5 and a good distance away. 4-man top. We have the A9 online, so A9's going to come in, and they are going to do huge engage. They grab the birds, they take the Gible, they could push the pad if they have the HP, but Talonflame is low, and the Fletchinder will return home. Buzzwole sitting there taking a little bit of damage, waiting for the Zeraora to come in and engage. Missing it completely. That's what you got to watch out for. Zeraora, very, very crafty. You're not going to be able to lock it down very easily. But with 3 games of practice, No Sweat is not fearing that Zeraora as much. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them, where it's not just they no longer fear it, but they also keep respecting it. Because Zeraora is devastating in a huge team fight. We are gathered for the mid-birds. No Sweat is the only one here with the Talonflame being able to grab a little bit. Glaceon from a mile high away. From a mile away, being able to throw those Icicle Spears. They really need to like nerf the range on that. That is insane. Being able to reach that far, but oh my gosh, reach it did. It almost took Talonflame out. Teams are now needing to think of where they would like to position for the upcoming objectives. We are 30 seconds away from them. We have good engage. We have Ho-Oh coming out. Huge KO from the side of No Sweat here. Being able to grab the Glaceon. Nice kidnap by the Mamoswine. That's a nice double for No Sweat. Zeraora is now stuck. Ice Fang back up. Can they lock onto the Zeraora and secure the KO? Talonflame very low. Oh, there it is. They get it. They locked it in. They got him. Ho-Oh, huge threat for both the Talonflame and for the Ninetales. Not able to get any of them, though, with nice pushes, nice detects to get away from the side of No Sweat. That was way too close for sure. But Talonflame going to be the first one on the map with its Unite move here in a moment. Just waiting to tick in, waiting for any form of farm to come into it. But Glaceon beats it. It's like, bro, I get it at level 8. But that's not going to matter because it's down and will not have it out for these first objectives. No Sweat taking commanding positioning in this game. Number 4 here, we have Registeel, and they want it. Talonflame already on it, but Zeraora is in this bottom side path with No Sweat. They're going to take it, they're going to leash it, and they're going to make it go back to full HP. Buzzwole now getting its own Unite move 2 levels away, taking that jungle farm. We do have Talonflame coming in here on these birds. Zeraora looking for a KO, knowing it can grab it. Talonflame kidnapping Zeraora into its path, grabs the KO. Almost didn't. If it missed that grab on that final attack there, Zeraora gets it and gets not just gets it, but gets its Unite move, which it still doesn't have at 5 minutes and 47 seconds into this match. Talonflame goes down. Huge knockout for the Ho-Oh. That is going to push it to level 9. It will have revives now. Ho-Oh, massive threat. And even though it is the experience share and it is level 9 and higher than your Zeraora, it is not the worst mon in the world to have as a higher level mon. The bulk on this thing is insane with its Unite, not just Unite, with its built-in passive, its ability to be able to get in and die on top of people. You want to be able to do that. Huge Unite move coming in from the Zeraora. Huge knockout against the side of team No Sweat, but they grab the Zeraora. Unite move coming in from Ho-Oh revives the Zeraora, but Glaceon does get taken down. Stacking is going to happen for Keedic here. A9 coming in, trying to stop and mitigate that as much. Ho-Oh getting as many points as possible, being like, listen, I'm going to have my Unite move here as soon as I can, and I'm going to grab as many points because I only need 25 for the full revive. Up here on the top path, Garchomp's going toe-to-toe with Mamo. Swine takes it out, but not just the Mamo. Gets the triple knockout with Buzz Clefable already back in. How long ago did that happen? Talonflame coming in, converting Regieleki to their side. Keedic trying to stay up, but though the Garchomp gets taken down. Little help from A9 onto that Regieleki is going to secure the knockout. No Sweat can push their position, but do they want to? You got a lot of factors to look at. You got to look at what's on the map in terms of wild Pokemon. You got to look at where your vision is on the opponents. You got to look at where your Unite moves are. And you got to figure out if this is something you really want to do. No Sweat's just going to take the farm, taking all these wild Pokemon. Huge Unite move, though, but Keedic is not thinking the same thing. They want this pad. They want points. They're at 114 to 61. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in this match. They want to extend their lead further and further. They do not want to be put in a position where they have to rely on a back cap. They tried, but they were pushed off successfully by that Mamo Swine. Huge Unite move, but Garchomp in position into the bottom side path, being able to grab whatever Reggie is down in the bottom here. But No Sweat is going to be able to collapse on the top, but with Alcremie and with Zeraora, it is going to be tough. Huge Alcremie Unite coming out, but it is a little late. Talonflame Unite coming out, but it will have it back in time. That is the difference in knowing your Unite move cooldowns there. Buzzwole coming through, being able to get out. No Sweat getting out with only one knockout on the Mamoswine, being trapped behind, but the main carries get away. Keedic is looking to lock in. They are still in match point position. They're still sitting at 2 games. It's a best of 5. They need one more, and they're doing the work. They're getting it. They're trying to zone out with only 30 seconds left. They're trying to burn Unites. No one on the side of Team No Sweat, though, has their Unite moves except the Alolan Ninetales. They are going to start ripping this Regieleki, but this is like the one Regieleki you don't need in this match. It's only going to hit a tier 1. But the Ray fight has started. They're looking for it, and as I said, they back off. Both teams opting to not want to take that. Talonflame looking for huge engages, looking to grab any sort of damage, knowing that there is no healing on the side. Huge kidnap grab by the Mamoswine to take the Glaceon down instantly. 5v4. They can go for the grab. Talonflame coming in, looking for the Zeraora. He is going for it. Glaceon gone is the only viable target. Garchomp stuck in the middle, though. Ho-Oh with full Unite move, though, with a full cap of points, ready to engage. That Garchomp knows he's going down, but will the Ho-Oh be able to bring it back? Talonflame goes down, though, to the Zeraora. This is a huge swing. Garchomp is back. Now it's 5v4 in a reverse. Zeraora comes in, grabs the Alolan Ninetales as Talonflame is still down. Glaceon raining heck down upon it, but no! It is the side of No Sweat that secures Rayquaza. 4 Team White coming out here, 137 to 161. No Sweat takes the lead, but with 1 minute left. Oh, here we go. Huge points coming in from Buzzwole for another 2 KOs here, or for another Hundo Burger here for 200 points ahead. 261 to 137. This means Keedic now needs not just 1, not just 2, but 3 good scores coming through. 131, 7 to 361. Mamo did the work. No Sweat is back. We might be going to a game 5. 30 seconds left. Keedic can lock this in. Opting not to. Oh no, never mind. They are. Look at that. They're pushing. They're going for it. Top tier 1 pad. Mamoswine with a shield. Looking for another Hundo Burger for their side. Make that 533 points for their team. That's exactly what they're doing. No push from the side of Keedic is going to be able to allow to counter those scores with only 10 seconds left. Game number 4 will go to the side of No Sweat. And now, folks, we are in match point range for No Sweat. We have brought this back to a game 5 scenario. Our teams are ready to go. They are ready for, they are hunger for this match to end. And I'll tell you right now, they are eager to get it done. But look at this damage. 71 on the Zero Aura, 77 on the Glaceon, 97 on the Garchomp. Even with the Holo Unite, Team No Sweat was able to flip it back on them with a nice Rayquaza secure and then a reverse sweep on a team wipe. Oh my gosh, look at all of that. Naldi coming in with a respectable 47, Buzzwole coming in with a respectable 57 on INX Moo. I don't know how to, an Inmu, I don't know how you say that. I apologize, I butchered your name. I know I did, but yeah, 57 respectable on that Buzzwole. 54 on Markiel on that Alolan Ninetales. 86k on the heels from the Clefable, though. My gosh. And Mamoswine, that unsung hero, being able to dive in and get the secure MVP indeed. The hidden MVP you thought you never need, you didn't think you needed, but that you're glad you had. Well, oh my goodness. All right, let's go into this. Let's get into our lobbies here. Our teams are probably eager to get going and ready to go, get this done. Keedic will stay first pick coming into this. So, with the first pick on Keedic, we do have more resetting to go through. Listen, I have been through this myself. I've been through a reset, and it's not ready to go. Oh, all right, so they're resetting there. Okay, I see that there. All right, so they're ready. All right, so whenever they're ready, they'll give me their ready checks. They know what they need to do. They are smart little cookies. I promise. I'm just surprised I've been able to keep up. I'm not used to all this stuff. But let me tell you, we are in a Game 5 scenario. And I'll tell you that despite the fact that Zero Aura has been giving them problems all game long, they found a way to do it. They found a way to lock it in and come back. So that is incredibly, incredibly good from No Sweat. No Sweat showing that they are not out of this yet. They are in position to grab their first set win of the Zygarde League. It is important to note as well that Keedic is in 4th place right now, and we do have No Sweat sitting in 10th place. Oh, but you know what? Placements don't matter until the final week of Zygarde League, when our bottom teams are going to be out. So let's take a look at what our current standings are for our teams in the Zygarde League. So we do have, once more, Thanks Gaming and Secret Tech in first place. Will anybody ever be able to take them down before their eventual matchup? Well, we won't know, but we hoping someone will. We're not rooting against them. We just want someone to take a single game off of them. Come on. You can't just be 4-0 the entire time. But we do have Arson in 3rd place. Kidnapped it and stole it from the side of Keedic, now in 4th. They are fighting to get back their 3rd place position. We have Shiggy Wiggy and Tempo in 5th and 6th, tied with a 2-2. Followed up with EX Trainers and Mew World Order. EX Trainers was originally in our bottom 4, but they have been able to claw their way back up, and they were able to distance themselves, put some distance between them and that 8th place spot. Mew World Order was in our bottom 4 last week. They have climbed back out of it, being able to 8th place, putting Hamsters down into the bottom 4. We do have Hamsters, No Sweat, Midnight Griefers, and Ashen Ones in our bottom 4 here. Again, our bottom 4 is the danger zone. You do not want to be in this position for week 11, week 5, week 7, it doesn't matter, but week 11, that's the cutoff. If you're in bottom 4 by the end of week 11, going into playoff week, you're going to be cut, because we're only taking the top 8. All right, we have everybody in the lobby here. We're going to ask for ready checks again. Again, we got to make sure everybody's good. We don't want to disconnect here in this really intense Game 5 situation. So we're going to wait, and we're going to be as patient as we can because we want to make sure everybody is through this. But yes, again, and you might have noticed a difference here. We do have Ashen Ones instead of Team Meow. Unfortunately, Team Meow was not able to continue with the Zygarde League. They bowed out before their final match with what do you call it? Midnight Griefers. There's so many teams to remember. I apologize. But with the Midnight Griefers. So Ashen Ones and Midnight Griefers will be duking it out sometime in the next 2 weeks, as well as their Week 5 matches. But here we are. Our teams are ready to go. They're eager to fight, and they're eager to get to this game, get to the end of this game number 5. So let's get this going. Let's get this started. That's Keedic will keep draft priority coming into this. This means Keedic will have first pick. This means No Sweat will have final pick of the draft. Now, final pick is really crucial. And it's something that you got to think about as well. Because when you have that final pick in the draft, that's like, this is it. This is the Mon, this is the last Mon that you're locking in to counter anything that the other team might be going with or to finalize the strategy that you have. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to not be first pick, but it's how you utilize it. But Suicune Snorlax, banned and gone. Charizard Latios, banned and gone. Ho-Oh, first pick. What else is new? Clefable, bring it in here. Do we got the Mamoswine? It worked last time. Will it work again? I wish I had, there it is. I was like, I wish I had a soundboard because I do the drum roll right up until they lock the Mamo in. I'll get working on that myself. But a Mamo Clefable coming back in. Ava hopping back on that Blissey. Don Keedic. What a name. Don Keedic. He is the Don of all Keedics. Locking in the Blaziken. Blaziken, an oppressive force. Being able to hit 103k damage on the last game we saw it in. Let me tell you. And, ooh, you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. That is a rough mon to be on. But, No Sweat, knowing that they have the last pick, picking away that Venusaur, looking at Serena, locking it in. Serena Venusaur coming in here for nice final pick, for a nice duo pick here for the side of No Sweat. Keedic now has to lock in their final 2 Pokemon of the set. Zeraora is usually what they lock in. They're hovering Zeraora and Meowscarada. We all know they're going to pick Zeraora, but they got to bait us like this. Waiting for the last minute switch. No, we got the Zeraora. We got the Guard of War. All right. So Keedic opting for more of a late game comp, hoping to get that Torchic online into a Blaziken as quickly as possible. But, you know what we didn't see? We didn't see a Galarian Rapidash ban. We did see Naldi hover it. They're like, listen, you gave it to us. We could have it. But they lock in the Leafeon instead, taunting us, being like, listen, that'll have to be a secret tech for next time. Because let me tell you, we're not going to reveal it on stream now. We have it, but Leafeon is the play they're going. Leafeon is a great Pokemon to hop onto a Gardevoir with not much on the side of Keedic being able to lock that out. We have a surprise visit from Ricardo here. What's up, Ricardo? Shout out to you if you're ever watching this. Hopping up on my Switch screen there like a... Anyways, but yeah, no, that Leafeon's going to be hard, like devastating getting onto that Gardevoir with not much to really stop it from being able to do that. Ho-Oh can dissuade it with damage, but there's not a whole lot of stun or CC coming out. Although, as I say that, I do forget, Ho-Oh did get buffed. Ho-Oh got a buff, so we're seeing a load bar leg back. Well, I hope nobody disconnected there. Of course, it's the whole bar that we saw go back, and it's the only one loading right now. But nothing from the players that says, "Hey, we disconnected." So hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're good. All right, still nothing from the players, and we're about to load in here. Hopefully the hole did not crash. We will keep an eye out. Do they move? They move! Look at that! Their loading bar was giving us heart attacks. I'm sure that for them too, but they are in the game and they are playing it. So, here we go. Game number 5. Match point for both teams. Keedic looking to grab their third place spot back from Arson. Is your purple team, No Sweat, looking to grab their first set win of the Zygarde League and try to get out of the bottom 4, your orange team, as we now engage upon these Bunnel Bees. They're not, was it? Keedic is going to secure the first Bunnel Bee away from the side of No Sweat. That's already pressure you don't want. When you have all-arounders like Torchic or when you have like Serena, you want them to be as buffed as possible. Leafeon with the huge early gank already coming up, taking farm level 5. Zeraora is going to buff the top side, but Leafeon is rotating bot side. They're not worried about the Blaziken. They want to put the Gardevoir behind, but Gardevoir is already level 5? Excuse me? Huh? What's going on down there, guys? Gardevoir level 5 this early in the game. They must have been having some really hard troubles down there. Ralt's a surprising secure on that, but no, that Keedic is going to secure all of the top farm up top. Without that Leafeon to support them, Blaziken's going to have free reign to get stacks, to get KOs, get just overall experience. But Serena coming in, grabbing the Zeraora. Oh my gosh. Still going. Now with Leafeon here, Combusken's going to fall next. Getting as many stacks as it can before it goes down. Giving the Serena the next KO for the double knockout. The system didn't register it, but listen, I'll give you the double knockout. I saw what happened. Huge evolution for the Clefable this early as well. But, once more, No Sweat is not in position for these middle birds. Keedic zoning out the top lane, so if No Sweat tries, they're not going to get it. But, bottom side, Gardevoir, Ho-Oh is already going to do it. And yes, that's right, we have a Gardevoir. Zeraora is still level 6. Combustion still level 6. Leafeon, the jungle for No Sweat, level 7. And Gardevoir, the lane Gardevoir, level 7. That is a very oppressive force, and that is something that Keedic has been hiding for moments like this. Leafeon doing whatever it can to get onto it. Not going to be enough, but huge sludge bombs coming out from that Ivysaur. Trying to lock in, get its level 7. Its team trying to give it there. There's another farm, there's another opportunity. As they come in, Serena holding the line by herself into this top path against a Blaziken Blissey combo who are one level above them on that Blaziken. That's going to be hard to do, but if you manage your combos right, play to pad, it could be doable. It could be doable. We have the rip. They're sending the hard rip on the Registeel in the face of a solar beam. There it is. There's the solar beam. They can go for it now. They're going. The secure move is gone, but it's not going to be enough. Team No Sweat is going to grab the KO on the Registeel, taking the buff, taking the experience as they now push the pad forward. Huge points coming in from the side of No Sweat. 27 over to put it at 113 to 69. But Blaziken proving once and for all they can take the top path. They have their level 9, they have their Unite move, they have their stacks. Top side is broken. They are ready to rip the Regieleki once their team shows up. Venusaur is creeping and crawling, though. He's right there. Oh, but he burns the solar beam on a wild Bunnel Bee. Isn't going to have it back, and the secure will go to the Blaziken. A missed opportunity by that Venusaur indeed, but huge beam coming out there, hitting in some nice targets on the side of Keedic, being like, listen, that might have tickled you now, but it won't next time. You don't have shields. Huge engage by the Mamoswine there, being able to pick up the Blaziken, but no follow-up was able to secure a night move from the Guardy, taking out the Serena. That's a huge knockout for Keedic as they now push this pad. Huge solar beams coming through, but not going to be enough as Leafeon and Venusaur and now Clefable fall to the wave that is Keedic. The Keedic horde crashes this pad, breaks it for a nice open tier 1 lane straight to the home pad for future Regielekis, putting them at 199 to 141. They do not have a commanding lead yet, but that is the key word there, yet. They are looking to push it, and they have a bottom tier 1 pad to do exactly that. 15 seconds out to this mysterious bottom side Reggie. We don't know what he'll be, but we do know there's a level 8 Mamoswine or Piloswine on the side of No Sweat. They gotta get that evolved. Mamoswine is huge. He's tanky, he's bulky, he gets his Unite move. You gotta get that online as quick as possible. And when you're hovering at level 8, even with the Solar Beam, like that Solar Beam out, that's going to be rough. You got to watch those Solar Beams, look for those KOs. Gardevoir is open. Huge Unite move from the Gardevoir, diving in with the Holo there. Piloswine goes down, but Leafeon with the secure. Holo with the revival, bringing back the Blissey. Misses the Blaziken, though. 2 KOs for the Gardevoir as Keedic now looks to clean up bottom lane with only a Venusaur to defend it. Mamoswine joining shortly after with a huge Unite move. Threatening KOs and knockouts, all on the against Keedic, who are all low HP. Blissey's only able to do so much. And healing is not in its repertoire, as it is Safeguard. No Sweat's going to be collapsing on the Regieleki, looking to get vision and zone out what they can before they collapse here. Venusaur lagging behind. They're secure on the side of Keedic is already here. So is the rest of Keedic, minus the Gardevoir, looking for a cheeky score in the bot lane. Keedic pushing out, looking to grab KOs where they can. Huge Ice Fang on the Blissey, but misses the mark. Venusaur, being the beast that he is, gets the Regieleki. Blaziken was like, almost had it, almost had the conversion in full, but Venusaur was just that slightly more convincing. We are at 249 to 141. I told you it wasn't going to be long. They may have only scored 50 points since then, but they have furthered their lead by over 100 points. 55 seconds going into until the Ray fight. This is a good score position you want to be in. Slight level lead for the side of Keedic for 13 and 13 to 12 to 2 12s on the side of No Sweat. But the the difference here is that Gardevoir and that Zeraora will have their upgrades on all of their moves. Meanwhile, Leafeon will have all upgrades, but Serena's looking for it. Zeraora grabs the pick on the Leafeon. That's going to go down super early. Venusaur is gone. Serena Unite moves. 20 seconds to Rayquaza, will not have it. Gets taken down regardless. The Unite move for survival was not what they needed. Clefable trying to be smart about their KO. Being like, I won't fight it, I'll go down quicker. Keedic gathering around, being like, I know what you're doing there. Now as Rayquaza spawns in, Keedic has control of the Ray Pit. Mamoswine coming and grabbing a huge pick on that Zeraora, but it's not enough. No Sweat was not there to collapse on it. Leafeon is in it, trying to get a backline position that does have Unite move, looking for Gardevoir. Keedic is on it. They had 3 members ready to take out the Leafeon. Heck to the front lines. Leafeon's the threat. Gardevoir can escape everything else. Leafeon being expertly avoided right now, being zoned out by Keedic, not able to get to the Gardevoir, but also not playing with the team. Huge Unite moves coming out now. Huge beams coming through. Blissey, Zeraora, the first victims. Holo now revives in a reverse sweep on No Sweat. That's 4 KOs. 5 down. No Sweat is gone as the Great Green Dragon is left. Keedic has done it. They're going to rip the dragon. They're going to score their points. The Hunger Burgers will go in, but will No Sweat be back in time to stop the onslaught of these scores? 349 to 209 coming in here for the side of Keedic. We have 46 coming into 441 to 209, 537 to 209. 96 comes in. Holo's looking to grab it, gets stopped by it. Well, they have shields will hold. They're backing out. They're going to hold for now. 537 to 209. No Sweat not out of this yet, but with the onslaught of pressure that Keedic is expressing right now, it is not going to be enough for them to just hang out on pad, knowing 200 more points are going to come in. Holo gets it in for 625 to 209. Zeraora trying to get their points in, not going to be able to. The only one not able to deposit into the bank of No Sweat. All that AS energy is going to go down. And we have 10 seconds to go. Keedic is going to wrap this up in the Game 5 scenario and take the set win 3-2. What a game, folks. What a game. Keedic was toying and taunting with their prey, especially that Clefable right at the end there. No Sweat not being counted out at the end, but those Ho-Oh Unite. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to play around a full team revival like that. It is so hard, so hard. Especially when you have not just 2 down, but 2 more to follow. You think the numbers are on your side, but then it gets reversed. Relatively low damage game, about averaged out 61 on the Zeraora, 59 on the Gardevoir, and a respectable 57 on Don Keedic on that Blaziken. Being able to lock in. That is not quite 103k like last time, but they were not the stars of the show. They shared the stage this game. Ho-Oh coming in with a respectable 47, showing like, hey, I might have been XP share, I might have been support, but I can still do damage. 51k coming in on that Venusaur. Those beams raining down, doing the damage they needed. And even though we only have 32 and 38 on the Serena and on that Leafeon, they were precise on the targets that they needed to know. It was hard for them to engage because Keedic was doing such a good job being able to zone it out. But Gardevoir, 15k damage taken, 0 damage healed. Didn't need the healing, didn't go down once. Level 5 by 7 minutes, or by 8 minutes. That's insane. Just saying. With 55k heals from that Clefable. Not as strong a performance as it usually gives off, but let me tell you, that is a respectable amount of healing. That is a lot of healing to come through. And if we look at this score here, guys, look at this. They're neck and neck for most of it. But as you can see, we have Keedic putting small amounts of points in to get up to that 199. They get another huge burst, 50 points to 249. But that team, that team fight at Rayquaza, that was rough indeed. Rough indeed. But that is our set for tonight. Good job, Keedic. Congratulations on your win. Team No Sweat, good job tonight as well. Let me tell you, you fought valiantly. It is not easy to take 2 games off of Keedic. Good job, and guys, keep going. Bottom 4 only matters until week 11. Right now, find your footing. You guys did good work, so collapse and capitalize on it. But oh my goodness, what? Guys, that is not all. Keedic and No Sweat was but the first of many matches to come in the following weeks. Whether that's today, whether that's tomorrow, whether that's next week. Because remember, Week 5 is going to take, Zygarde League is taking a 1-week delay. This is because of Worlds this weekend. Can you believe it? We're at Worlds already. It's August. Almost the end of August, actually. We're halfway through it. But because staff and players are going to be attending the event, participating in the side events, and, jet lag, you want to give them time to travel, enjoy the place, time to come back, and, kind of like recuperate a bit. So we're going to go on a 1-week delay, and Zygarde League week 6 will be in full swing back on schedule for August 25th. But now the moment you all have been waiting for, the matchup announcements. Woo! I mean, the teams already know it, but do you? Week number 5, we have Mew World Order versus EX Trainers. Both of these teams are recently out of the bottom 4. EX Trainers is now going into their 2nd week of being out and slowly distancing themselves. Mew World Order just got out of it this week. They are ready to stay away and to keep putting more distance between them, and EX Trainers is the perfect way to do that. Thanks Gaming versus Hamsters. This one's going to be a bit of a doozy. Thanks Gaming sitting on a perfect record, has not dropped a single game yet. Not just a set, hasn't dropped a game. So let me tell you, that is going to be hard to overcome. Hamsters has their work cut out for them, especially after they just dropped into the bottom 4 slot. We do have Ashen Ones versus Tempo. Now, we are going to try to cover as much as we can, but Ashen Ones, a new team into the Zygarde League to replace Team Meow. They're coming in, they're ready to go, they're going to take their record on of Meow's 0-3, but they're ready to fight from the bottom for this underdog story. And their first victims to be Tempo, but Tempo is not going to let that happen. Tempo is sitting in a really good spot within the league. They're not about to drop a game to Ashen Ones. This is going to be a rough match indeed for both teams, but it's going to be exciting. As we go into our next set of matchups here, we have Secret Tech versus the Midnight Griefers. That's right, Secret Tech is our other team that is currently sitting at a perfect run. And guys, we're not going to see Secret Tech and Thanksgiving for a while. That's still weeks away. So we need somebody to take down these reigning champions before they come through and go against each other. We want to see somebody else in the spotlight. And what better way to prove yourself in this game than to take down one of the top 2 teams and bring an upset about. And Midnight Griefers is ready to do that. We saw them last week, well, not last week, week before. We saw them the week before, because, man, I had internet, so I missed last week, so pardon me. But we saw them 2 weeks ago. They had a really solid game, being able to grab 2 games, almost grab game 3. They are so strong right now, and they're coming back, and they're ready to prove themselves and show everyone why they're in this league. But then we have Shiggy Wiggy and Arson. Arson, our 3rd place team, Shiggy Wiggy, just shy of a top 4 spot. They are ready to knock out Arson and be like, listen, bro, you've been up there too long. We want our spotlight. Time to get Shiggy Wiggy. And now we have Keedic versus No Sweat, which we saw tonight. We knew how that went. Our game number 5. Wow, if only every set could be as exciting as this. But maybe they will. Week number 5 has a lot of things to explore and to show us coming into it, because Latios is off the ban list. That's right, it is free to roam and cause chaos. Keedic was the first to explore with it. No Sweat got it second, and then they just said, you know what, gentlemen's game, we had it once each, ban it. So you can put it in the bans yourself, but it is free to use, so you must incorporate it into your strategies going forward. Now, we do have one more matchup to announce. That is the Ashen Ones. Yes, they're going to come back again versus the Midnight Griefers. Sometime in the next 2 weeks, these 2 teams are going to duke it out and come through and be able to come together and figure out a time to come through and figure out their week 4 match. Now, since this is technically going to be a week 4 match, Latios will be banned for them, but it will be exciting nonetheless. This will be Ashen Ones. This is an opportunity for Ashen Ones to get one of their first games knocked out and to get onto the leaderboards with their first wins of the Zygarde League. So I hope you are excited for these matchups as I am, and I hope you stay tuned, because we are going to be covering them, as many of them as we can, on this channel. So, once more, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys again real soon. Later.